As of late, the reaction commentary community has shown its fangs with just how toxic it can really be. As you've clicked on this video, I'm sure that you're somewhat familiar with the whole reaction commentary genre that was originally popularized by Leafy Is Here way back in 2015, as he gained millions of subscribers and views in a reasonably short time and grew long after until his demise with the iDubbbz Content Cop. Along with that, there has recently been quite a bit of controversy surrounding the genre and quite a few individuals within it, and I wanted to throw my thoughts into the mix as well. If you're just starting off on YouTube and are wanting to do reasonably well for yourself within the commentary community, reaction commentary is probably your best way of going about it. It works well alongside YouTube's algorithm, and putting them out at a regular rate around the golden 10 minutes really isn't a hefty task, given how much of other channels' content is usually put within them and no real scripting or editing is required for the videos. These channels have also been popping up a lot more frequently over the past year due to the regular rate of success and the growth rate that these channels receive, so I can't really blame people for joining the bandwagon. A lot of the channels that were like this back in 2015 usually got shut down and called Leafy clones, including myself, and it personally caused me to change up my content to what it is today, but since there is a lack of it since Leafy's left, there's clearly a large demand for it. One of the most popular and recent events that has occurred was the controversy between a few YouTubers Fainted, Boblax, and a streamer named Pokimane. I won't get fully into it, but to summarize, after the whole dark side of Pokimane drama, Fainted apparently broke an agreement prior to the interview being made, which was blown completely out of proportion and involved him making a video on Fainted, along with an hour-long unproductive podcast with Tommy C, which if you take a look at it really didn't provide any new angles on the situation, and at this point Boblax can't even decide for himself whether or not he was jealous. At this current time, Boblax's video has also been wrongfully taken down by a channel named Surf Cinema that apparently didn't like what he had to say about the whole Pokimane situation, and while I do disagree with a lot of what he said in the original video, I would definitely say that it was transformative, as all he really did was take a few seconds of surf gameplay at the start of the video as a joke. Also, speaking of falsely taking down content, the ever-expanding ego Just Destiny has recently been called out for a variety of reasons by the majority of the commentary community for good reason. He was critiqued for his videos and thumbnails with underage children in them, and after he was called out, he really didn't take the criticism well, and went on a blocking spree, privatized his Twitter page, and deleted a bunch of the videos that he was criticized for, which lost him millions of views, all in some sort of attempt to wait for it to all blow over, which really didn't work in his favor. He's also had his way with the absurd YouTube striking system and strike down a video on a channel by the name of LT Cobra, who made a reasonably long video critiquing him, and he really didn't like what he had to say, so instead of addressing the issue directly, he just tried to ignore it and take down the source. This makes him look very hypocritical, as he's complained about videos being strike down because they couldn't take criticism, and he goes and does the exact same thing. He then went on Drama Alert to try and clear his name in an interview, but began to dig the hole deeper for himself, trying to claim that it was justified and that he's somehow in the right. Just Destiny also tried to scare the kid with a false email claiming to be his attorney, which is also very illegal. The entire situation was pretty fucked, but one good thing that came out of it was LT Cobra gaining a reasonable subscriber base, and the video is going to be going back up as he's not going to be taking any further legal action with it. If you're also interested in Just Destiny's written response, I'll leave a link to his thread of tweets in the description as well. Another example of a fucked reaction commentary channel is Lokey, or some might know him better as Davis Cedras Gaming. He is another slimeball that somehow managed to slip under the radar and garner over 100,000 subscribers and millions of views on his reaction commentaries. For those of you who are unaware of him, around a year ago he was a pretty big joke within the community with nothing to his name and no one to really take him seriously, because of all the ways he's treated a lot of people and several YouTubers, and the actions he's taken afterwards. It's also been said that Lokey is both sub and viewbotted to get the algorithm to work in his favor, which would explain how he managed to gain traction so quickly. His main method was to lie his way through and brush things under the rug or make things seem like they weren't a big deal when they really were. There's a list of things he's done, so I figured I'd jump right into it. To crack off with, he was a pretty big Patreon scammer and scammed several YouTubers, a few of which included Shanta and Blue Stank. At that time, Shanta released a twit longer about him that gained a lot of attention and preemptively warned people about him. If you're wanting some proof, he admitted in DMs to Shanta that he scammed on Patreon and then proceeded to tell him about how it was done. Essentially, you pledge to the Patreon, and at the end of the month, if you don't have the funds that you are trying to pledge, then it doesn't take anything from your account, and would just give an error. This is why a lot of content creators give out their rewards after the first month to avoid anything like this from happening. He's also been known to get involved with people as young as 14, which a YouTuber named Danicki went into great detail. I'll leave a link in the description that goes in more depth about his noncery and the manipulation of his audience. Lokey has also tried his hand at a bit of catfishing for whatever reason, and I'll provide some screenshots for that on screen also. If you're also interested in my personal experience with the guy, I did some work for him on his old channel about a year ago, and about a month after the work was completed, he charged back the payment, and to this day I still haven't received any form of payment back from him. And he would either not respond or evade to any kind of conversation with me, and at that point I figured it's not even worth my time. I'll also be leaving links to all the evidence of this down below. I figured it would also be a good idea to get another perspective on the genre, so I invited Wimmy on to say his part on the topic.
Hey guys, how are you all doing? My name is Wimmy, and big thanks to Iox for letting me come on and just talk a little bit about the commentary community. Now, one thing that just really stands out to me is the phrase you will most likely see thrown around quite a lot in most comment sections, and that is the term Leafy clone. Now, being a channel myself that uses CSGO Surf often as background gameplay, you know, I receive my fair share of Leafy clone insults thrown my way, alright? You know, I'm scrolling through my comment section, and it seems almost every 1 in 20 is just someone raging at the fact I'm copying Leafy. Although it is nice to see that not all are actually bad, and some people seem genuinely happy to see the similarity in content, I guess. But that's only the fair few. The term has become so generalized and widespread in the commentary community, and it just lacks any meaning behind it now. I think it's definitely safe to say that Leafy played a huge part in pioneering reaction commentary, and did so through the use of CSGO Surf. And his stay on YouTube was no doubt successful, so what's so wrong with others being inspired to create similar content such as him? Why do so many people get upset about it? You can make a completely original video with an original topic and use CSGO Surf gameplay and still be called a Leafy clone. It honestly quite surprises me that almost 2 years after Leafy left the platform, you are still seeing creators being compared to him. People just need to let go. At the end of the day, everyone in the commentary community are more or less in the same boat, each being inspired even just a little bit from one another, and it's completely unreasonable to sum up someone's content solely due to the genre of the video or background gameplay.
Huge thanks to Wimmy for coming on. His link will be down in the description if you'd like to check him out. But on that note, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next installment of a 3-week late topic.